All right, back with my second review of Bruce Springsteen tracks to the Lost albums. I'm reviewing them in order of what I think is best to last. Number one, I had Streets of Philadelphia Sessions. Hope you check that video out. Second, today I am going to review Twilight Hours, which is my second favorite of the albums. Again, I've spent 3.5 months listening to this material. Feel like I know it really well and appreciate it really well. I think it's great music. Twilight Hours is orchestral music, 1970s pop orchestra music. Very, very, very similar and actually done at the same time as Western Stars by Bruce. He recorded them both at the same time about 15 years ago. Released Western Stars, of course, about 5 years ago. Time gets away from me, something like that. I love Western Stars. This is a companion album, if you will, of the same musical style, but different themes. And the theme of this is really love, and even more so, love lost. When you look at Twilight Hours, what's happening here is there's an aura of sadness, of things that didn't quite work out, that seems to permeate a lot of the tunes. Not all of them. Things work out a little bit in a couple of the tunes, and I'm going to say that Bruce has said a few times in the last few years, and I'll paraphrase here, I'm old and I can do whatever I want to do. And I appreciate that about him. I want to make rock music, I'll make rock music. I want to make a folk album, I'll make a folk album. I want to be solo, I'll be solo. I want to make old school covers like the Seeger Sessions, I'll do that. And hey, if I want to write for an orchestra and make music like Burt Bacharach in the 1970s, I can do that too. And that's what this really is. And it's good. Why do I have it number two? It's a solid thematic album, again, from almost start to finish. I got a couple things I'll say that I think could have cleaned it up a little bit, but really, you know, when Bruce is at his best, it's when he settles on a theme and he makes songs and music around that theme. The music ties together, the lyrics tied together, the fundamental issues in the songs tie together in a way that tells an overall story for some person at some point in their life and where they're at. And this is a little bit of a looking back on love lost kind of album, although again, not every song. I mean, sometimes it does work out and think people are still together. So, you know, if you don't like that Bruce with an orchestra, I get that. Everyone doesn't like every kind of music, and that's fair enough. If you just want him to do rock music, then this isn't the album for you. But if you're open to different kinds of music, Bruce is a great writer. My God, the lyrics in this are terrific. I think High Sierra on this album is just a lyrical gem. It's funny because it's one that I'm not sure quite fits his musically in the way he's done it, but it's just a great song. And in fact, a little side note, he kind of takes a storyline. I feel like he tried to work 4 different times back in 1983 on the LA Garage Sessions, which we'll get to later in this series, and he finally found a way to make it work in High Sierra 35 years later. So just a terrific album there. You know, when I look at this, it's got Bruce's voice as good as it's ever been in these songs. He hits notes in this album that, and frankly, back on Western Stars, that Bruce Springsteen 30 years ago would have laughed out loud that he was going to hit those notes. It goes to show you can train yourself to do something and be better at it. September Kisses, beautiful song, beautiful sound in Bruce's voice in that song. The title track, Twilight Hours, again, just a really beautiful sound that Bruce puts together. Couple of really more positive numbers. The Two of Us, it's just called Two of Us, which is just really about, to me, it's like Tougher Than the Rest 30 years later. We're still sticking it out. We still got each other's back. Everything's not always perfect, but you know, when it's not perfect, we still have the two of us. There, I paraphrased the whole song for you. I think that's a beautiful song. There'll Never Be Another You, which is another just great song to me, and a nice sentiment. But those are kind of the outliers where things do work out. I think there's a number of songs in here where things are tougher. A couple of the missteps and why it's not number one for me. I think Lonely Town is about 2.5 minutes too long. For me, I get it. It's a nice song, and then it goes on for another 2.5 minutes, and I just didn't need that. Secondly, I'll Stand With You Always, which is the Harry Potter song, which we've heard before. Bruce wrote it when he was reading Harry Potter to his oldest kid. He released it in, I think it was in the Bruce movie, that came out a few years ago, Blinded by the Light. I think it was on like the ending credits of that. And it's a nice song. I like that song a lot. I don't think it thematically fits in here. In fact, if I was Bruce's advisor and he was going to put this album out 5, 6 years ago, I'd say, great song. Make it a secret bonus track at the end of the album, so it doesn't kind of mess with the flow of what's going on here with Twilight Hours and what you're getting at. But overall, I think this is quality music. If Bruce had put this out as a companion album, my understanding is he recorded it at the exact same time that he recorded Western Stars. If he'd have put them out as companion albums side by side, or followed Western Stars up 6 months, a year later with Twilight Hours, I think it would have been well received by me, well received by the musical community, would be a valuable part of his inline musical canon. Again, not just wasted effort throwing this music out into the stratosphere and saying, hey, look, I recorded a bunch of crap and let me throw it out. That's not what's happening at all here. This is a fully fleshed out album. Bruce said he didn't release it because, he doesn't know, but he had 2 albums and he didn't think he needed 2 of them at the same time, the same kind of music. And so here it is, just sitting there on the shelf ready to put out for someone like me to see it today. So really enjoyed it. The last track, again, is I'll Follow the Sun, and it feels like just a great ending track. Like, hey, things haven't always worked out, but I'll follow the sun. I'm still moving forward. I'm still on the path. And that's Bruce Springsteen, right? Redemption. Things don't always work out. Sometimes if you get really into Bruce's lyrics, you realize things work out really bad a lot of times. But somehow there's a redemptive arc in a lot of those songs and a lot of those albums, because I keep pushing forward and keep doing what I can do. So if you liked Western Stars, I don't think this is quite as good, but you would like Twilight Hours. If you didn't like Western Stars, that means you don't like that style of music, and that's okay, and you're not going to like Twilight Hours, and just, you can pass on this one. But kudos to Bruce for being Bruce and doing what he wants to do, doing it well, and that's what I'm quality, putting out quality music. So that's it for today. We'll catch you next time around with number 3.